In this video, we're going to look at how to create and use quote form templates. So coming over to the main menu, come down to admin and come down and expand templates and come to quote templates. So these are your quote form templates. This is different to your PDF quote templates and in the web settings here, your web quote template settings. So by quote form template, it basically means the form inside of CRM. So when we create a quote, if I come in here to sales and quotes, you'll see that I have two buttons. I've got the new quote button, which gives me a completely blank form to work with and start inputting information, or I can choose this quote from template option. So this lets me pre-configure a form inside of CRM and select that so that I don't have to create my quotes from scratch. So the list here is what's being pulled from this area in quote templates in the back. So let's have a look at how to create a quote template. Up here, click on the new quote template button. We can then give it a name. So I'll call this one a service package. What we can then do is make some choices that will apply to the template. So what are the payment terms for this? I'll set that as cash. Can this quote be accepted online? I'll tick yes, it can. Which template do I want to use for it? So I'll pick my Fine Foods template here. Who is the quote going to be assigned to? So I'll set it up for myself. Where are we selling from? I'll select the Melbourne office, and the price type that's going to apply to this, I'm going to pop in wholesale here. If I also want to take a deposit at part of the quote, I can go and add that in here. So I can change this to a dollar or a percentage option depending on what I've got configured in admin and general. So I'll untick deposit for this one, but now I can go and start adding items to the quote. So what I'm going to do is search for some support services and add those in. I'll go and change the quantity to 2, and I can also put in some notes. And those notes and whatever changes I make here will populate through every time I choose this template. So I can continue adding items on here. And if I want to, I can go and add some notes. So I clicked on that little green button over here to expand the box. I can go and put in more notes. And then I can use this bar up here to edit that. So maybe I want this bold, maybe I want this in italics, maybe I want to add a bullet point in here. I can also go and change the font colors. I can use highlighting, I can add images, I can add hyperlinks, etc. So I can basically go and customize this box to whatever needs to be displayed. I can also go and rename some of the items. So I might want to put a custom note in here, and I can also build in a discount if I wanted to. So I can keep going and adding a range of items in here. So we'll add a vanilla cupcake as well, and we'll change that quantity to 4. We'll get rid of that, and we'll add some other description information here. So we can also add some notes to the description box, the internal notes. So basically everything you can normally do on a quote, we can access most of those choices here and set them up. So once I hit save and close here, that's now saved my quote in the system. So what happens if I come back in here to quotes, I can refresh the page so it picks up that new selection. I can come and hit the quote from template, and then I can go and pick that service package that I just created. So that then brings up a pre-formatted quote. So it's got the payment terms I wanted, it's changed the cell from, it's assigned it to me, it's picked a customer type, it's chosen the right template, and I've got all of the items here, including those detailed modifications that I made. So that just means that instead of starting from scratch, I can pre-configure any number of templates and do it that way. The other way that you can create a new quote form template is to open an existing quote. What you've then got is this copy button on the toolbar. So I can create this one as a new template. So that changes me having to do it from scratch. So I can basically go and call this one, right, this is my new template. I can also hit on this button on a quote to just copy an existing quote. So maybe a customer comes back 6 months later and wants the same thing they ordered before. I can bring up their existing quote and hit copy as new and just update the date and any pricing changes applicable. So you can always come back and manage your quote form templates in this quote templates area down here and build up a stockpile of those that people can use so that when they're working with quotes, we can basically do it from a template instead of having to do it from scratch.